You have to find a moment in your life where you have to man up. You know, no matter what's happened in your past, you have to face that. Not saying that's all going to be roses, but you'll at least know what it is. And then at that point, it's your choice. Well, my name is Will Supis. I'm 30 years old and I live in Franklin, Tennessee. Being youngest of four was an interesting dynamic in the family. For me, I had to be the jokester to always calm the tension in the house, because there was definitely plenty of that. The relationship between me and my father was never good. Because there was things in my past that happened that I always wanted to come to my father and present to him and say, you know, hey Dad, how do I work through this? How do I get through this? And I could never do that. I could never present those to him and ask for guidance, because, you know, there's just things that stick with you. Where I was more pissed off most of the time, being around him in situations where I just wanted more understanding and more connection, more love from him. To have my father say, "You're a f***ing mistake," is something that I will never, ever forget. I heard that over a few separate times throughout my life. It really cut to the deepest part of who I was. There was a point in my life where I did suffer some sexual abuse, not from anybody in the family, but from somebody outside the family. I had such a shame and such a weight on me already from not having a connection specifically with my father, so I couldn't necessarily bring that to them. I couldn't bring that situation. Because in my mind, it was already my fault. I screwed up somehow. So music is, I'd probably say it's everything for me. And that's why we made the move from the Chicago area to the Nashville area. I mean, that was the big push. My wife and I were both in Chicago, both in the corporate realm, and we're just had a day where I think it was like a 14-hour day. We sat across from each other on just dining room table, eating some dinner late at night. We're like, there's gotta be something more to this in life. I thought about the idea, said, let's try Nashville. We love music, we want to move south. A good friend of mine had been through the weekend, and he had said to me, because he had seen where I was in my life, and I was just struggling. I mean, day in and day out, I couldn't connect with things. And he had come to me graciously and said, this is something that I've gone through. I think you should, at the very least, investigate it for yourself. So I did, and it just felt on my heart that this is something that I should attend. I found that I was very significant, and that I was born with a purpose. And yeah, I had a lot of hurt in my life, and I had a lot of pain. But I think for me is that I was able to acknowledge what that pain was, and to find not only understanding, but to find healing. After the weekend, it wasn't 100% fixed, not gonna lie, but for me, going through that weekend, it started the healing process. Whatever you've gone through, it doesn't matter. That's who you are. You know, God doesn't make mistakes, not by any means. You know, He may allow things in your life to happen that you don't understand, but you're not a mistake. Nobody is. You were created for a purpose.